Auto repossession violence is on the rise, threatening the lives of recovery agents and increasing the exposure of liability to lenders and banks. Chris and Jeff will tell us more about Repo body cameras. Now, mic check 1, 2, 3. I see something strange in my screen. I want to make sure we're live. Can you see me and hear me okay? Okay. I can see me. I can hear me. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Awesome. Here comes the splash. We have Chris and Jeff talking about body cameras. Renee Lowe also talking about facts about human trafficking. So join the live chat, make new friends, say hello, and learn from the best on ATI Auto Business. What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business, automotive ecosystem, where everyone learns more about the automotive industry. Thank you so much for taking the time. Please leave a like. You can click, share, copy, grab that YouTube link, and do me a favor, just drop in the live chat if you're seeing and hearing me okay. I think we're live on YouTube and LinkedIn. I don't know if I got a warning because I chose a latency setting. I'm telling you, if live streaming was easy, well, maybe it's easy. So, Jay, just keep on moving on. Here we go. Show 345 in a row, Repo body cameras. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in Chris and Jeff. They're with Vestige View. Now, Vestige View, fleet and safety solutions, body cams, GPS, and more. And they're going to tell us more about it. This is a look at the body cam, which is very interesting. And we're going to learn about benefits of having body cams. It won't prevent everything, but it does add a lot of coverage and psychology. Renee Lowe with Harding Brooks. You know Renee. She's a friend of the show. She's going to join us and talk about facts about human trafficking. I said to Renee, I said, do me a favor. Bring a segment. We hear about it periodically. Bring me a segment where we learn facts about human trafficking. What are the facts? So we're going to get into that at the quarter hour. I always encourage everyone to know your ecosystem, OEM dealer, auction, operations, broker, carrier, compliance, recon, remarketing. And so here's the way I paint the picture week by week. Last week we had AI training programs, and we're already seeing now information about Ford dealer made the news tonight. LLMs, what's going on with LLMs, predictive analytics, and as well as, I think March, we had a remarketing game changer show with Daniel at eCars. We started talking about vehicle reconsignment, and then we see it. Then we see it in the news, and it means more to us. What does it mean? Wow, that's awesome. Q1 commercial consignment jumped at open lane by a third. That's pretty awesome. At the same time, we're talking about higher repossessions, which matters because we did NARS Energy before the NARS show a few weeks ago. So it is a full ecosystem. The parts do touch. It just takes time. If you tune in week after week, well, then you get the full picture. And by the way, on Thursdays on Industry Logistics, we're going to go back into some dispatching fundamentals, calling to book a load. It should be easy. Is it? Is just calling to book a load easy? There's a lot to it. And then there's the YouTube shorts. This thing is exploding. The driverless freight YouTube short about Aurora having semis, like 20 of them later this year, operating in Dallas to Houston. Very interesting stuff. Okay, here comes some news. Let's do a second drum roll for the news. We're only 5 minutes in. Okay, great. You can see me. You can hear me. And by the way, shout out to Car Hauling with Chip. Oh, hey, what's going on? It's been a few. It's good to see you. Renee Lowe is here. Rob Stevenson is here. Mark is here. Amy. Al. Is it? Yeah, it is Al. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for saying hello. Let others know. ATI, we move quickly and we talk about a lot. And here we go. Okay, top of the news, Carvana Billionaires. Carvana CEO Ernie Garcia and his father make $11 billion in a 3,000% stock rebound. The surge in Carvana shares pushed the older Garcia's fortune to just over $10 billion from a 2022 low of $3 billion, while his son's net worth climbed to $3.8 billion. Now, you're thinking to yourself, what? The father-son duo behind Carvana have seen their fortunes rebound as shares of the Phoenix-based online used car dealer surged more than 3,000%. Since December 2022, when Carvana stock fell below $4 a share as rising interest rates, sales, and the company forced to restructure debt. Okay, that was just December 2022. Shares have jumped 34% on Thursday, the highest in more than 2 years, after the company reported stronger first quarter earnings. The company reported stronger first quarter earnings. By the way, I think the headline on that was something about mixed reports. But anyways, the online retailer grew vehicle sales in the first 3 months of 2024 for the first time in 6 quarters, pushing revenue to $3 billion. Even with its recent improved fortunes, the company faces challenges. It has more than $6 billion in debt, and it is still contending with rising interest rates on its restructured loans. Both men have taken advantage of climbing share prices just to sell a little bit of stock. So, riddle me this. So, Vroom left. They didn't declare bankruptcy. Shift did. So, struggling with too fast growth in a less forgiving market. And you read other headlines, like Rivian, net loss, $1.5 billion. I realize these industries aren't all the same, but even like this, I'm a finance director at one of the largest Honda dealerships in the nation. I've never seen our dealership so dead. Why? Because everybody was on Carvana? It's about to get scary. I don't know. But then you've got XPO post Q1 net income rise of 300% despite a tough market. I can't make sense of it. I guess these are just crazy times. I don't know. Put it in the live chat. Ford takes new cinematic approach to dealer training. Ford Motor Company has gone Hollywood with its dealer training. Last week, the automaker launched Ford University, a fully digital video-based training platform that takes a cinematic and storytelling tactic to dealer training in a format designed to be personalized for each user, sort of like a streaming video platform, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, recommending based on your viewing habits for your personalized training program, which proactively recommends content based on your skill levels, what your role is, where your areas of interest are. There's your AI. Building Ford University has been an exercise in blending the cinematic experience, digitization, and coaching, along with artificial intelligence-driven technology. That includes an ability for the dealers to get coaching through AI. We create this opportunity for the dealer to actually do a mission. And what a mission is a role play where you're actually recording yourself, which is cool. A week ago, I was asking, what are some of the ways in which we would engage in this learning? That makes sense. We create some case studies based on actual events that happened. Either it relates to the product, technology, customer experience, real stories, not made up. Once you record yourself, you upload it, then the virtual AI coach immediately is able to tell the learner in real time, you did here really well. Some opportunities here. Here's your score. It's pretty cool. Storytelling is an integral part to training itself and anything you do. You see it when you're engaging and you're learning and you're feeling like you're expanding your horizons. What's happening? You're also getting a story, you're getting background, history, and then you're engaged. So then the question is, well, the jury is out. So how many dealers are utilizing AI? Like right now. Let's take a temperature here in Q2 2024. Based on a recent industry survey of auto dealership executives located at the U.S., approximately a third of respondents said they still rely on gut instinct to manage the dealership's vehicle inventory. And that sounds conservative. I'm going to go with almost half. Same survey also showed the majority said they continue to struggle with managing inventory. See how accurate is your gut? So AI-powered VIN-specific pricing algorithms and platforms offer a more sophisticated approach to pricing optimization, taking into account a wide range of variables such as supply and demand, competitive pricing, consumer demographics, day supply, incentive fluctuations, macroeconomic trends. Right? Beyond improving operational efficiency and profitability, the integration of AI into inventory management pricing strategies has significant implications for the customer experience. AI helps to enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty. And I guess once you can prove that, it's game over. So here's another, I guess, side story. Little known self-driving startup raises $1 billion from NVIDIA, Microsoft, SoftBank. Wayve is a UK startup with an AI-focused approach to solving autonomy for cars. Oh no. Autonomous driving, $1 billion from NVIDIA, Microsoft, and SoftBank for UK startup Wayve. What makes them different? And I found this. Rather than rely on a rules-based system, Wayve favors a system in which AI makes the key driving decisions without human rules. Man, I had to read that again. Rather than relying on a rules... So it's not relying on rules. Favors a system in which AI makes the key driving decisions without human rules. Like ChatGPT. I don't know, man. So then I'm like, well... Oh, and they say they were the first to develop an AI system exclusively based on deep learning. Wait, okay. Based on deep learning on public roads. Without following the rules? So then, here's Hyundai-backed self-driving startup motivational delays plans, cuts employees, even though they got a $900 million infusion. So between Carvana Billionaires and start and stop startups, I don't know. Anything's possible right now, I guess. While we're excited by our pace of technical progress and our initial commercial deployments have yielded valuable insights, large-scale deployments of AVs remain a goal for the future, not the present. That's what are they called? Motional? That's what Motional said. But then Wayve's getting $1 billion, I don't know. Montway Auto Transport launches a preferred carrier network program, an initiative designed to attract and reward high-caliber car haulers. Something everybody wants. How do we get high-caliber car haulers? Well, this unique program offers unmatched benefits to carriers, including access to tech, add efficiencies to operations. Carrier says, talk to me. What am I going to get? What's in this program? Okay. Dedicated dispatch manager to maximize time on the road. Okay. Preferred lanes of priority status for booking loads on the routes. Okay. Exclusive access to loads not available to other drivers. Okay. Steady work, timely pay. Keep your business moving. And access to an industry-leading platform. By the way, they have made many inroads to Edge Pipeline, Auction Edge. Okay. So, I do know several companies, owner-operators, and more that would like to learn more about this. If you work at Montway, please let me know. Let's see if we can connect to some carriers, get some feedback. Be curious. And in auto transport, the news always continues to roll in. Super Dispatch says it's almost time. They've been teasing something's happening tomorrow. I don't know what it is, but something is happening. So get ready. Meanwhile, Central Dispatch continues to tell us how they are improving their, well, I don't know how much I know, but they are improving on their investment, and I see how they're discussing with dealers they can save time and money by connecting with 15,000 carriers all in one marketplace, but I have yet to know what that means given $100 million investment. So stand by. We're going to be talking about repossession violence tonight. Repossession violence is a problem. It's an ongoing problem. It's such a problem that there is a list of articles, man. There are more, man. Repo man versus machete man, hatchet man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Torched. Repo's torched. I don't know. It's gone crazy. So we're going to learn more about advantages of body-worn cameras, Some of it may seem obvious. Some of it may just be good for a refresher. Body-worn cameras tend to alter behavior for the better. Ah, now that's pretty cool. And you need, I guess you go in with a big sign that says, I'm wearing a camera. We're live on ATI. Body-worn cameras can help your business manage incidents more effectively, probably for training and legally. Body-worn camera with real-time. Oh, you could live stream. Man, this thing looks bad. Let's go live. Wow. And good for the general public. If there are high-profile incidents, then you can get truth and, third-party surveillance, real footage about it. Preserve the actual truth of what really did happen. Leverage ATI in your business. I don't ship cars. I move information. You can go to the contact page on ATIAutobusiness.com. You can get the podcast. And stay in touch with your ecosystem. My name is Jay. Do me a favor. Stick around right after this. We're going to be live with Renee. It's facts about human trafficking. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The evolution of transportation. In the beginning of car shipping, there were stone tablets and woolly mammoths, very primitive vehicle delivery. Then, horse-powered haulers with mile-long paper BOLs causing enormous time hassle and massive stacks of paperwork for dealers, shippers, and carriers. What were we thinking? But now, with modern technology and cell phone mobile apps, simply click a button, order quick, reliable auto transport to pick up and deliver your cars safely and on time. It's instant car shipping at the best market rate. Start saving money today and get signed up. Visit OneAuctionView.com.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verifications of loads where nobody ever answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021, or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
If you're looking to stay loaded or you are in need of shipping a car, Murphy Auto Transport Services is there to help you. Sue is my co-host on Thursdays. She's a fully licensed broker. She offers professional dispatch services. And if you are looking for help, if you're a carrier, if you're a broker, if you are a dispatcher, contact MurphyAutoTransportServices.com. And please do join us on Thursdays. All right, here we go. Please do help me wish a very warm welcome to Renee Lowe of Harding Brooks Insurance Agency. Renee, can you see me and hear me okay?
I can, Jay.
All right, awesome. I can see you. I can hear you. Now, we're going to jump right in. We're going to get to Vestige View in about 10 to 15 minutes. You have something important you want to talk about. What is it?
So I'm sure everyone listening is aware of human trafficking, but what I'm not sure if they're aware of, that it's a $12.5 billion with a B dollar industry in which 50 million children and adults are sold for commercial sex or for forced labor. Those numbers are really staggering. And a year ago, if I had been in a conversation with any of you about human trafficking, I would have said, human trafficking is awful. Somebody needs to do something about it. There's no way it can be happening in 2024. Then I watched the movie Sound of Freedom, along with some members of my church. After that, we realized that we could no longer stand back and say, somebody needs to do something about human trafficking. So we started educating ourselves to find out how could we join the fight. And in my educational process, somehow I found TAT, Truckers Against Trafficking. TAT is a wonderful organization that wants to educate everyone in the transportation ecosystem, whether it be truckers, long haul, short. whatever. They want to educate people to be able to identify a human trafficking, because human trafficking takes place in plain sight, is hidden from us, and to know what to do if you spot human trafficking. They do not encourage you at all to get involved in the rescue. Just if you see something, say something. Now, you may be thinking, well, I don't travel in a space where I would come in contact with a human trafficker or anyone that has been trafficked. But if you're an auto hauler and you are traveling, or any trucker, up and down I-77 from Virginia to West Virginia, and you ever stop at exit 58 at a love station there, you have been in a spot where human traffickers have been with children they're trafficking. I know this because I stop there frequently in my travels from North Carolina to Ohio. And that sticker Jay has up there, that's the love station right there. If you've ever been there, you have been in a building where human trafficking takes place. The sticker Jay had on the screen, that one, I carry those in my purse. And anytime I'm anywhere in a public bathroom, I always ask if there's an attendant if I can put these stickers on the bathroom stall, because a bathroom stall, a public bathroom, is the only place in most cases that a victim of human trafficking has any privacy. So it gives a phone number for the victim to call. So in February, we stopped at this Love's, and I asked the attendant, and I got my usual no, that I couldn't put the sticker up for cleaning purposes or something. And then she said, but we recently at this Love's have been involved in the rescue of 5 children. What happened was a cashier noticed these 3 children come in with some adults, that things just didn't look right. Things didn't feel right to her. And when they left, she wrote down the information about the van they left in, and she called the authorities. In a very short amount of time, the authorities stopped that van and rescued 5 children and arrested traffickers, all because an everyday ordinary person doing her everyday ordinary job saw something and picked up the phone and called and became a hero. So the TAT training is free. It is about a 27-minute video. Then there's a little quiz. So I'm thinking, you're probably spending about an hour time tops. So I encourage you, and I encourage you to share this with your employees so that they can become TAT trained. So in the event they see something on the road, they can make that call. Because we all know that truckers are the eyes and ears of the highway. They are the heroes of the highway. And the states, several states, Jay, I don't know if you have that slide that shows the states that are now requiring truckers to take the TAT training in order to get their CDL, because they so much believe that this TAT training will help stop human trafficking. They're making it a requirement now. I would encourage you, whether your state requires you to take the TAT training or not, I would encourage you to take it. Get involved in the fight. Do your part to stop human trafficking, because you don't ever know when you may see something, and that call you make may be the very thing that brings somebody home safely. So join the fight. And if you do take the TAT training, I would love it if you would email me and let me know that you've joined the fight. So I thank you, Jay, for letting me spend a few minutes to share a little bit about TAT. And if anybody has any questions or anything, they can, reach out to me, and I'd be happy to provide more information.
Do me a favor, stay with me for a few minutes. Okay, so, and you just said to contact you. What's the best way to contact you?
RLOW@hardingbrooks.com.
RLOW@hardingbrooks.com. I just put that in the live chat. And the website name, I know you said TAT. What is the name of that
Truckers
website?
Against Trafficking.
And then I've got tatnonprofit.org.
That's it. That's
okay.
it.
Okay. All right.
And the training is, if you go to, I don't know if you have that slide that shows the states that are now requiring truckers to get
Yeah. There's a training library.
So there's
Um,
there's videos, and there's just is one little video and one little test, and you can become trained.
so okay. So and before I then ask you about some of the training and the methodology, what were those numbers again? The staggering numbers.
12 is a $12.5 billion industry, and globally 50 million children, men, and women are sold.
Wow. Okay.
And it happens in plain sight, and it's just hidden, and we don't see it.
Okay. Thank you. So I got the numbers: $12.5 billion industry, 50 million globally sold, or traded, or trafficked. What? So what are we? What is it that at that Loves or anywhere else that was seen that helps somebody know? What are some of those things?
So there, in this particular situation, the interaction between the children and the adults did not seem like interaction between parents or friends. Just it made her uncomfortable. Um, Adults, it's like when they have no control of where they go, if they have no identification, that the TAT training provides all that. Um, Human trafficking comes in many different forms. Unfortunately, for our teenagers, many of them are being trafficked online because they end up being blackmailed, because they show a picture of themselves, and because they trust somebody, and then it just becomes more and more and more. So it just depends on the form of the trafficking.
So, okay. And so, based on what I just heard, so at these locations is where somebody trained can identify the movement of people. It's not, this isn't where it started.
No, this is not where it starts. It's just that like in my state, North Carolina, we are the not ranked ninth in the United States for human trafficking, simply because of our interstate systems. We have so many interstates that cross over, and we're very easy access for people to travel, to sell victims, for you to buy your victim and leave. Um, there was just recently in the smallest county in North Carolina, a man was arrested for trying to buy a 9-year-old child. How do you do that? How do you sell a 9-year-old child? How do you buy a 9-year-old child? That's just unfathomable.
And the movement, there's a lot of movement of people then? That's what
Ye-
human
yes,
trafficking is?
they trafficking, and they it some of it's international. They get brought to different places with promises of jobs, with promises of a better life, and all of their identification is taken from them. People sell their children for money for drugs, and the children are taken usually for commercial sex, or they're taken for forced labor in some places. It's just very widespread, and it comes in many different forms. That's why the training is important, so you can identify the different forms that are in front of you.
Yeah, actually, you shared, let's see here, there was an article, like, here's one where, yeah, kind of like you said, like forced labor. So there's all kinds of different reasons why humans are trafficked.
Right.
Right. This was I guess, I don't know. Well, they were talked about, they were recruiting immigrants from Mexico to work as drivers for their company, but then it turns into you're no longer a voluntary employee.
Right. You have no freedom. You can't come or go.
Wow. We have the website again, that is tatnonprofit.org.
Are you
And
just
yeah,
type in truckers against trafficking? That brings it up too.
Truckers against trafficking. And I saw on this list here of this website, it looked like there was several types of like you got truckers.
Yeah. So go to that one. Click on
Yeah.
the TAT truckers.
Oh shoot, where'd they go?
Maybe take action.
Take action. Okay.
Train. Go to train.
Okay.
Yeah, the TAT trucking is the one for that would be the most
Over the
beneficial.
road drivers, local
Yeah, right
drivers.
there. Right there.
Okay, gotcha. Over the road drivers. 27-minute video. I see. Okay. I guess you just have to create an
free.
account and then you go do
free.
it. All right, I'm gonna put that in the live chat. Yeah. So take 30 minutes. There's the link in the live chat, and wow, this has been really eye-opening. You know, Renee, when you brought up the topic and I said, give me a segment with facts, you did it. That was fascinating and educational, and who knows who you just helped.
Let's hope we save we hope we save at least one. So, but thank you for letting me share.
Thanks, Renee. Thanks very much. Do you want to stay on as we talk to Vestige View?
You know I love the cameras.
All right, well, we love to have you. So do me a favor, stick around. Right after this, we're going to go into Repo body cameras. We'll be right back.
AuctionVCommerce is the universal support solution to help brick-and-mortar auctions respond to the needs of digital buyers and sellers with greater efficiency, accountability, and more access. AuctionVCommerce is a bridge between the dealers of the past and the auction of the future.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the US, so you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Don't lose any more sleep worrying about missing leads. Get Transport Auto Quoter to quote the right price the first time, every time. Run your business with TAQ. Visit transportautoquoter.com. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Please do help me wish a very warm welcome to, we have Chris Day, Jeff Overby, and Jennifer from Rockwood Recovery. Thank you so much for taking the time. We're going to move into discussion about Repo body cameras. Chris, we'll kick off with you. Chris, please say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah, definitely. I work at Vestige View. Kind of specialize working in the repo industry. Jeff and I both. It's pretty much, as far as I go, that's all I work with. I've gotten to know a lot of people in the industry, like Renee. Got to know her very well. Very good resource. Really, we do body cameras. We also do customizable vehicle cameras. For the ultimately two purposes. One purpose would be in order to protect yourself from potential liability, but also to improve your overall driver safety and what's going on with your vehicles. And really just a great way for you to always be in the know with what's going on with your business. And one thing that I really like about my job is I sell something that I have the privilege of selling something that people can actually need and use to save money. And I'm a firm believer if you're selling a product that people don't need, you're probably selling the wrong product. So, but we have a product we believe in here. They're cloud-based body cameras, cloud-based vehicle cameras. The body cameras can be really valuable for a few reasons. Number one, like you said earlier in the show, they tend to deter violence. So the most simple way that I can put it, to make everybody understand is people behave differently when they know they're being filmed. So if you have a driver that shows up with a body camera and there's somebody that, potentially wants to get dangerous or, wants to do something that they shouldn't be doing, the body cam can really discourage them from doing that in the first place. So you might save yourself from a potentially violent or troublesome situation just by having one without even having to use the footage. So, but also the vehicle cams and the body cams, main purpose is they can really help you from, if you're a repo company, are if you have issues with damage claims. It's a good way for you to be able to show that your driver is not at fault. And if you get some video footage back that shows that your driver is at fault, well, now you at least know that, you've got a driver that you need to coach up or you need to improve, or, at least let them know that you're keeping an eye on them. So there's that. There's also the traffic accidents, which not too long ago, I know Renee wrote an article on Repo Buzz about how repo companies lose more money off traffic accidents than pretty much anything else. So if you get hit in a traffic accident, the vehicle cams allow you to prove that it's not your driver's fault. And that is significant because in the absence of proof, typically, if you're the owner of a commercial vehicle involved in a traffic accident, you're going to end up paying out in a civil suit over 70% of the time. So having that camera footage can really go a long way in saving you a lot of money in traffic accidents. And then obviously with fatalities being on the rise, the cameras can really help. If something unfortunate, God forbid, were to happen, there's some sort of fatality, and I've talked to a lot of repo owners about this. At the end of the day, they want to know what happened, and they want to know so that they can try to prevent it in the future. But they also just want to know for peace of mind. And so, with all the violent situations, the cameras can help you out, and not only get you off the hook in a civil suit, but it may potentially show, wrongdoing on the other part too. And so I guess last thing I would say, anybody who owns a commercial vehicle, sorry, I'm not sure why I'm going in and out of the camera. But the last thing I would say is anyone who owns a commercial vehicle, it's another story we hear all the time is, my driver brought back a vehicle damaged. He says that someone hit him in a parking lot. We tend to believe him. We trust this driver, but we'd still like to know. So the good thing about the cloud-based system is your driver brings back a vehicle that's damaged. You're able to know whether that was done by someone else, whether that's done by your driver, and ultimately at the end of the day, that can end up saving you money as well. So there's all sorts of other things like breach of peace and contested repos that it can help you with, but I don't want to get too much into that. I'd rather have somebody like Renee or Jennifer go into that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm kind of the guy who look for new repo businesses. I work with Jeff. Me and Jeff have actually known each other since high school. So we're both from North Carolina, like Renee, but went to the same high school. I've known him since I was young, and it's a guy I trust. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to work with someone I trust and someone I like working with, like Jeff, and someone capable and good at his job. And that's pretty much it. So.
Glowing recommendation, Jeff. Jeff, how are you?
I know,
Please say hello
good.
and tell us a little bit more about you.
How we doing? Yeah, like he said, he summed a lot of it up. We're I'm right here from North Carolina, but we're all over the United States, Canada, Mexico. But yeah, we work a ton with asset recovery, and some differences with our system. It is all cloud based, but the body cameras and the vehicle cameras are under one platform. All right, so you don't have to have two different solutions for that. So when it comes to damage claims or breach of peace, a lot of things you already mentioned, you have the ability to use it under one solution. We can also capture footage in any recordings. You can go back for 12 months. Or even more in a lot of cases. So, any incident that happens that maybe happened 6 months ago or a month ago or however long ago it happened. You didn't really know about it, or that you needed that footage. We're able to go back for a long time. But again, it is all cloud based. We can do up to 6 cameras. We can live stream video. But yeah, so you can pull that video at any time, whether it's seeing it in real time or after the fact. You talked, Jay, earlier about AI, right? So being able to have the artificial intelligence, our system does have that to be able to detect when there's like collision warnings, and if a driver is falling asleep or texting and driving and things like that, it'll actually audibly alert the driver and proactively make sure accidents aren't happening in the first place. All right. I can go through and show you several other things we need to, but I've taken a little bit of time here. We ask anybody else to jump in as well.
Do you mind if I say one thing, Jeff?
Sure, jump in then.
Yeah, what I was going to say is something else that makes us different is the customizable nature of the cameras that we do specifically for the vehicles. That's what really sets us apart for repo and for asset recovery. On the back of the vehicles is typically where repo guys need cameras. I would say more than anywhere else. I mean, they need them. We kind of champion ourselves as the 360 visibility solution. So, we try to give complete visibility of the vehicle with the cameras, but we understand some people might already have a camera system that has 1 camera on the front, 2 on the sides, and they want something on the rear. We understand some people don't want 6 cameras. So what we try to do is cater to the business that we're working with. We typically do a high camera and a low camera on the rear of whether we're doing sneaker trucks, snatch trucks, wheel lifts, rollbacks, flatbeds. I mean, we do a good job of getting camera angles at the back of the vehicle, and those are huge because that low camera is going to prove that you're not damaging the undercarriage of the vehicle, prove that you haven't damaged it, during the hooking process and the recovery process, and then, having a camera, on the high rear is going to give you a little bit of a bird's eye view of the repo, which there's all kinds of things you're going to see going on behind the vehicle. You're going to see people that are standing in between their vehicle and the repo truck saying, "I'm not going to move." You're going to catch that. I mean, you're going to catch a lot of violence happens back there. But ultimately, that's where a lot of the repo takes place. So making sure that you have complete visibility on the rears is huge if you're in asset recovery. So that's one thing we champion ourselves with, and look, me and Jeff have worked with a ton of vehicles. We put cameras on the Nerf bar, the headache rack, the light wire, top of the back of the cab, in cab. Put side mounted cameras on the rear view mirrors, forward facing cameras, driver facing cameras. It's just really what what the owner needs, and that's what we try to cater to. So.
Jay, we can't hear you.
Mic check 1 2 3. I had my courtesy mic on. Sorry about that. I was typing and saying hello to the live chat. Hey, what's going on? Okay, so you have a lot of camera angles that you're talking about. What's the investment like to get that many cameras? And do you have like one pagers with different angle camera? Tell me more about that, please.
Yeah, so I mean, like he was saying, we can really put cameras anywhere, right? But depending on the setup, right, and how many vehicles you're running, if you have one thing we don't do, you don't have to buy all the equipment up front. We do the installations for you too, so we come out to your location, install everything for you. You're not having to buy all the equipment up front or pay for the installs, and then. There's because there is data, right? So it's all cloud-based. There's a monthly monitoring fee, depending on how many cameras that you do. Obviously, the more cameras, the more data. But if you're looking at around 4 or 5 cameras, you're around $100 a month per vehicle, right? But you are able, if you're able to mitigate or show that you're not at fault in one damage claim, there's a lot of ways, obviously, that it can pay for itself.
Gotcha. All right, great. So, Jennifer, you tell me more. Why don't you do this? Introduce yourself, and then tell us a little bit more about your experiences with these kids.
Jenny Liagre, I'm the owner of Rockwood Recovery in Detroit, and I am going to hype up these guys with Vestige. We had a fatality in 2021. We started searching for the cameras that have all the features that we were looking for, and they were just so overpriced, so out of our range that we couldn't even bother to afford them. And I had literally given up on the search for cameras. And then one of you guys called me from Vestige. Thank you very much. Was that you, Chris? Thank you very much. They're not only affordable, we only do, like he was saying, you can buy the different sets too. You don't have to go with 6 sets on one, unit. You can break it up. We decided to do 1 camera in the front, 1 camera in the back, and then 1 camera in the cab, because like they were explaining, that AI will pick up if your driver is looking at his phone, it'll alert us. And that's a very important tool to have. It also alerts us if they're falling asleep at the wheel. It alerts us if they're speeding, if they brake too hard, if they turn too hard, if they're about to run into something, it'll kind of start yelling at them, crash alert. It has saved us from multiple lawsuits. As you see, the violence is on the rise and has been. I think we had the deadliest year ever last year, 2023. And for us, the last 4 years, we've encountered more violence in the last 4 years than we have in the 10 years prior combined. That's how bad it's been. You guys left out some of the greatest features of the cameras, the things I like the best, which is you can pull up
those for you.
You can pull up a mapping system, and it shows where all your trucks are at on that map and what speed they're going when you look at them. If you see one of your agents is maybe sitting in a spot for too long and it's been 20 minutes, he hasn't moved, you call him, he's not answering his phone, you can go ahead and do a live view. You can check in on your driver live to see exactly what's going on, if he needs help, if we need to call someone to, for backup. That is a great feature. I don't like to just look at my guys live at all unless there's a reason to, because I don't want to catch them on the phone or something, the privacy. But it does come in really handy. We've had a lot of incidences in the last probably 6 months, and those cameras really saved us. Another feature that you guys forgot to mention, the panic button. So if you're in a situation, which one of our agents was in, I wish I could show you guys a video because it'd be a great training video because he did everything exactly as he was trained to do. Maybe in a year I can release that video. But he hit that panic button and it does an instant recording of what's going on at that moment. And these cameras pick up the audio too. So if you have the windows cracked just even a little bit, it'll pick up every single word that's going on outside of that vehicle. And because he hit that panic button, the people that were involved in the incident, I'm not going to say too much about it. When our agent was in the clear, he was with the police and my husband was on scene. Because he had hit that panic button, we were able to pull up that clip of what was going on right at that moment and show the police right there on scene. We didn't have to dig through the footage to find it. And because of that, the people showed back up on scene as they're looking at the video. So the police are looking at the video and they're looking, those are our people. Those are the guys that just caused this problem. They're showing back up on scene because of the vigilante style that everybody's been doing for the last 4 years. They thought they were in the right. They had absolutely nothing to do with the repossession as it was, but because of the camera footage we had, the police were able to make our arrest right there on scene. And that's a huge thing. We've never had that before. And we've had so many incidences in the last couple of years that this is extremely important. We do not have body cameras yet. We just ordered 15 sets, so I can't wait to get those. And like you guys were saying, people do act differently when they know they're being recorded. And it's that green light flashing. They know they're being recorded. They are going to act differently. So it's an extremely great tool. It's very affordable. They do free installation, which was really what sold me on the deal. Not only were they a fraction of the price of the other companies that we were researching, but the free installation is really, really just over the top. Sold me on the whole thing. And I can't thank you guys enough. I've been promoting you to everybody that I've talked to, and you guys are doing a really great job. And the quality of the video is just crisp and clear. You can't get any better with quality of video also.
Thank you.
Wow. This panic button, is that on the camera?
It is, and it actually talks too. So when you hit the button, it says panic alert. So if there is somebody trying to attack you or something's happening at that moment, it kind of deters them a little bit because they hear that and they know, well, what does that mean? What does a panic alert mean? You know, but it picks up that video right at that moment. So like I said, you don't have to go digging through the footage. When the police show up on scene, it's right there and it's accessible through my phone. You know, you can just log right in and look right at it. It's right there, timestamped with everything you need.
And it sounds like that was pretty instrumental.
Absolutely.
Incident that you're talking about.
We've had multiple incidents. Like I said, I can't talk about them all right now. In the future, I can't wait to show you guys the videos.
Multiple incidents, though. And in what
Yeah.
time frame? Multiple incidents in
6
what?
months.
6 months?
Three different incidents in 6 months. 2 were shootings, and 1 was nosy neighbors that decided to jump my agent.
Wow, that's the vigilante stuff you're talking about?
Yeah. And like I said, in the last 4 years, we've seen encountered more violence than we have in the prior 10 years combined. It's absolutely out of control.
And can I just say this? I have seen some of this video footage that Jennifer is talking about, and I'm not going to go into any detail, but they're out there in the Detroit area. Is that right, Jenny?
Yeah, I'm in Detroit. Yes.
Yeah, and so I would say I've definitely, we've got some customers in some other places too, but she has some of the, I would say, some of the most compelling video that I've seen. I would say that. So.
Well, Renee can attest to that. She sees everything, and I know she saw the video that I'm talking about. What do you think?
Well, the video was definitely very clear, and you could very much see what was going on. Unfortunately, in a way, you know, that the violence is definitely on the rise. I've been doing insuring repossessors for over 20 years, and last year alone was more than I had seen in all the years prior. I mean, it's a common occurrence, and the cameras make a difference, you know, in protecting your guys. They make a difference in settling claims. You know, sometimes we settle them quicker. You know, we have to pay because it's clear that we were at fault, or the driver was distracted, and, you know, but there are times that it's like, hey, this didn't happen. What, you know, so I've always been a proponent of cameras. I do love Vestige. I love the panic button. The guys are great. I know they're great to work with. And so they've been good listeners, and to learn the repossession industry, which that's always been my complaint with a lot of the camera systems that I have demoed and tried to get to understand. They wouldn't listen when I said that's not what the repossession industry needs. And these guys did listen. And so that's awesome.
And can I say one other thing? First of all, Renee Lowe, in my opinion, one of the most trusted people in the whole industry. I truly believe she's trying to do the right thing in every situation. So, and she has taught me and Jeff a ton. But I just wanted to touch on something, because this is one of the main kind of proponents, one of the main arguments against having cameras that I have to deal with on a daily basis when I talk to a new company. But let's say that you are in a situation where cameras might pick up that your driver was at fault. I get a lot of people that say, well, that's going to end up costing me money. But in reality, the truth is it probably won't. It's probably going to end up costing you less money than it would have, because having those cameras is going to put a cap on your liability, meaning people can't exaggerate their injuries. People can't make it seem like it was more heinous than it really was, like something worse was going on. So most of the time, if there's the absence of video proof, people are going to get, they're going to drive by one of those billboards on the road that says, hey, if you're injured in an accident, call this number. And that guy on that billboard is going to get them more money than their injuries were. Is going to get them probably more money than the cost of the damages to their vehicles. So at the end of the day, even in those situations, it will end up saving you money.
Well, yeah, and for us, we get a lot of small claims too, like you're saying, the damage, and it eliminates all of that he said, she said, for one. that just goes away with video. There, you can't contest and say that's not me on the video. And the damage claims, oh, you damaged my car when you picked it up. Well, here's the video. It was already damaged before it got picked up. So it really is a great tool. And I would advise anybody in our industry to invest in it for our safety of our agents, just to try to keep everybody a little bit safer. We're doing everything we can.
And
Renee,
back
you were going to say, yeah.
to Chris's point about not wanting to have cameras because if it proves your driver's at fault, insurance company won't that video. Because if your driver's saying, well, I really didn't do this, it really wasn't my fault, and here we're going down this rabbit trail trying to defend and not pay, the meter is just ticking, the dollar amount's going up and up, and then all of a sudden we're going to end up paying, where if we know up front, yep, we're at fault, let's get this thing settled quickly, get it closed out, and make it go away. And so never ever be afraid that the cameras are going to make your claim payout more. They're going to reduce the payout in the long run.
Sure.
I was thinking that,
Thanks,
right, yeah, there's a cost if you know that the industry that you're in could benefit from if there's going to be some kind of incident. Think of all the different organizations that want to see that footage, that will all know the exact same thing because of the footage. The insurance company, the police, any other organizations involved. Maybe there's a property or something. So that is pretty incredible. And Rob put in the live chat that there was $100,000 lawsuit was dropped because they had footage of the incident that I guess disproved whatever that claim was. Yeah, if you want to fight those billboards, have footage.
I agree.
Yeah, that's it. There's a lot there. Jennifer, you said something important. This is very affordable because affordability is going to be important to get started.
A fraction. I'm not even over exaggerating. They're a fraction of the cost of the other big camera companies that are out there that they're competing with right now, but they provide the same service, if not better. And free installation.
And free installation. So, Chris, Jeff, what's the best way for somebody to contact you if they want to do so?
Jeff, I'll let you handle that if you want.
Yeah, I mean, either way, Jeff or Chris or I, email jeff.overby at vestigeview.com.
And you can either give me a call at I guess it's 980-301-9529. It's my office number. Or you can email me at chris.day at vestigeview.com. And I'm going to be a little bit selfish here because I just wanted to say this just about the repo industry in general. I love working with these guys. We went to NARS a few weeks ago. The thing I really love about dealing with repo guys is they're kind of bad news first people. BS will get you nowhere with a repo guy or with someone who owns a repo business. They've probably heard it all. They've probably dealt with it all. So at the end of the day, I just like the straightforward nature of working with them. And there's nothing I enjoy more than hearing the stories. Obviously, hearing stories about fatalities or drivers getting hurt, I mean, I get no pleasure out of that. But, just hearing just some of the stories, you can tell these are interesting people. These are one of a kind of people, and just interesting people in general. And going to NARS was not like going to a summit with a whole bunch of dentists. I would say it was fun. It's a good conversation with the people. Just hanging out with them at the hotel, and I had a blast getting to know them, getting to know people like William Ray, getting to know people like who else will we talk to there, Jeff? William Ray, Eric Schneider, a ton of people. I mean, it was definitely a blast. Even with Rockwood Recovery, Jenny's company, we hung out with John for quite a bit. Brent Holderman. I could say a ton of names, but just good people, interesting people, and I'm just thankful to be able to work in that kind of industry. So.
Well, I agree with you. I do not work in repo, but I now know several folks in repo Ryan Miller at Northwest Repossession, Kevin Armstrong of CU Repossession, the magazine, and James Cargo. And I've had great conversations. So there it is a fascinating industry, and Renee has helped me bridge the gap between car hauling and repossession, and even insurance. Renee makes insurance interesting.
I don't know about that.
She does. Site entry agreements. Stuff like that.
My favorite thing.
Right. So as these topics continue, whether it's in the news or importance or development or AI, please do keep on sharing it, because it's good information. What was shared tonight, I'm sure, is going to help somebody make the move to get more involved in having cameras in their business, which will then down the road save them a lot of money on an incident. So thank you so much. Did we miss anything?
Actually, I just want to say this
Yeah.
last two, just because I was on the spot. I didn't plan on doing that. But Chad Comisher at Oklahoma Repossessions, Josh, one of his employees, also great guys. And then I have to say this, give kind of a special shout out to these two guys, because two of the most interesting people I've ever met. But Jose and Mike Agrarian from Hide and Seek Recovery. Renee's laughing. I don't know if anybody knows Mike, but he has a stuffed tiger in his office, and he's probably one of the coolest people I have ever met in person. So.
Oh, hey, and Brianna Cox. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, also big fan. So there are so many cool people in the industry.
Corey Cox too. Yeah, Corey Cox
Shout out
too.
to Corey as well.
Yeah.
There you go. Awesome. Jeff, Jennifer, did we miss anything?
Not that I can think of. I would also like to say, Chris was talking about how great Renee is. Yes, I'm going to hype you up a little bit. Renee is amazing. What they do for our industry and outside of our industry, they go above and beyond. Her and Mike Peplinski and John, they're amazing people. They're great people. And if you're looking to renew or you have a renewal coming up, you should probably reach out to Harding Brooks.
Thank you very much. I would like that too. Reach out to me.
Absolutely.
And I'll get you connected.
Agreed. One last thing about that too. I know Chris reached out to Renee in the very beginning when we first started working with Repo, and Renee, you helped us out so much in just understanding the industry and how we can help. So really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. You listened to me. That was important.
Yep.
I just put the link to Harding Brooks in the live chat. Danny says, shout out to Vince from ARA, who's been the front line of so many changes. Yeah, shout out to Vaughn and Tony and the ARA. Thank you so much for taking the time to share this information. And I know that there'll be some shareable links in the video, so feel free to share those. If you have any other questions, let me know. And if there's a follow-up, please let me know about that. And do we have anything on the calendar? Anything coming up that anybody wants to mention? It is now early May. Is there anything going on in May and June, July?
Jeff and I know we'll be at the next Repo Summit. We'll be at that in Dallas, and we are definitely looking forward to that. That's in June.
That's the Allied Convention. Allied and
in June, in Dallas.
Yep.
And what is it called, Renee?
It's the Allied Annual Convention. I believe it's June 24th and 25th. I think that's pretty close on those days. Not exactly sure.
Allied Finance Adjusters.
Yes.
They're the other national association.
What is the, I'm going to find the link. I want to share that.
And then the next big event after that will be in Scottsdale for
Used
Used
Car
Car
Week.
Week. Yes.
The infamous Used Car Week. I've heard a lot about it. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay, so I just found the link, alliedfinanceadjusters.com, and that's in June in Dallas. Okay, and then Used Car Week, I believe, is November in
Scottsdale.
Thank you so much. All right, perfect. Good. All right, then we covered it. We got the future calendar coming up. So if there's anything else, please do send me an email anytime. Let me know what's important that we need to share. And I want to thank you all so much. Thank you for taking the time tonight. Chris, Jeff, Jennifer, and Renee, I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Jay.
Thank you. Thanks for having
Jay.
us,
Thanks
Jay.
for having us.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks a
Thanks.
bunch.
Everybody,
Good night.
thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And that's a cut. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, LinkedIn and YouTube and in the live chat. I know that I didn't see everybody. I miss a lot of chats. Tiffany was here and Rob was here. And I read that about Rob and the lawsuit that, got avoided. So if you have something to say and I missed it in the live chat, please do send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. You can visit atiautobusiness.com and click contact us. Send me an email that way. You can also leave it in the comments below after the video. Leave a like, share, tell your friends. Again, on LinkedIn and on YouTube. Next Tuesday night, we've got Used Car Factory with Alan Nanasinkum, and I think Matt Jones with True Car is going to be here. Sam Salzinger, I think, is also going to be here. And then Thursday, I've got a show with Sue. We're going to be talking about dispatching fundamentals. We're going to be doing that a bit. Oh, Danny, thank you so much. Well, I am thankful that I have gotten to know so much about repossession, the people and the businesses and the associations and the outreach and the education. It's been really informative for me, and I know that as a former dispatcher working with owner-operator car haulers, setting that appointment, first you book a load, you find out it's an in-op, then you got to set an appointment, and that's when the madness begins, and the hurt feelings and the misunderstandings. And some of it has to do with whoever posted the load wasn't thinking about the orchestration of all of this. So there's a lot. It's a lot. So that's what we're working on, trying to bridge the gap. Thanks for helping me do that. Thanks for that comment. I really do appreciate it. What are we doing now? I think I did everything. Thank you, Murphy Auto Transport, One Auction View, AuctionVCommerce, Transport Auto Quoter, Superflow Systems. Really do appreciate it. All right, here we go. I am going to run the car hauler, and I'll see you again. Please join me Thursday at noon on Industry Logistics for Dispatching Fundamentals. Thanks a lot. Good night, everybody.